Hello, everyone. I'm Lizzie,
And I'm May.
and we are Mayhem Mamas.
We're on this channel. We talk about whatever we want because it's our channel.
Welcome back, everybody, to our Sunday episode. We want to say thank you for supporting us and listening to us. And if you would at this time, just go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It's a great way to support us, and it doesn't cost you anything. Also, hit the like button if you like what we're doing, and leave us a comment and let us know what you think. So, tonight we're back with an update episode. We did an episode back a few weeks ago about Michelle Reynolds. If everybody kind of remembers or can remember, she's the 48-year-old middle school teacher from Alvin, Texas, that went missing on September 22nd. They really didn't have a lot of clues or know what was going on, other than she had had a couple of episodes with maybe depression or a few little mental issues that um, really wasn't talked about. I don't think they were anything significant, never anything like, leaving or running away or anything like that.
Right.
Um,
And she
uh,
was seeking therapy, counseling.
yes, she was, and she was on medicine apparently. So what happened was after they realized was she was missing, then about a day later found her and they found her vehicle in New Orleans, and I'm assuming she had something like a GPS tracker, or one of the security things is what I think she had, maybe OnStar or something like that. And that's how they tracked her car down, and they found it in New Orleans. And I'm not going to go all into it because I watched her show, but um, she basically just disappeared almost into thin air. And so they've been searching. It's been 6 weeks. So finally, about 4 days ago, we were so thrilled and excited for the family that she was. And so I'm going to read you. There wasn't a whole lot told to the news or to everybody, and we really want to respect their privacy. But I just want to read something that was put out by her brother, which that is who you're seeing in this picture. That's Michelle and her brother Chris Townsend. This is a picture that was taken several months ago when she went to visit him. He lives in Shreveport.
And I
Um,
think a lot of this too, we want to come out to also because the family is not saying a whole lot, we do want to respect their privacy, but we also want to put out any of these rumors that are floating around on the internet. I've seen some comments and some news stories that are extremely hurtful and rude. You don't know the full story,
right.
so don't assume. Don't make
N-
assumptions.
No.
And just because the family hasn't come out and said this, that, or the other, don't make assumptions about that because it's totally inaccurate. And so we kind of just wanted to also bring some light to what has gone on in a respectful way. From this is quotes from the family, and to kind of put those rumors also to rest.
Right, absolutely. Because a lot of times, it's unfortunate that we live in a society where there are a lot of trolls and a lot of haters out there that think that they know everything. And the first thing you want to jump to, and I'm not just saying in this situation, but in most any situation where something like this happens, the first thing you want to jump to is the conclusion that somebody's having an affair, somebody's, leaving their kids. That's what we want to jump to. We always want to jump to negative things. And so, um, let's just kinda not do that in this instance. And like I said, I'm gonna read you something that was issued by her, brother Chris, and then we'll comment it on it after I read it. But it says, this was, actually 4 days ago. Michelle has been found safe. Thanks for all the prayers, posts, comments, ideas, and everything else in this. It's so overwhelming. She is she is in what we suspected, a psychotic state in which she is having distinguishing what is reality and what is not. Her belief is that she had people after her, and that her being gone was protecting her family from these bad people. She has been living as a homeless person and avoiding people and places, and has tried to change her appearance as a way to hide. She has memory and can give details of thought processes based on the things she has perceived as real threats to her. She is now back in our safety, and her doctors are involved, and we pray able to get our Michelle Townsend Reynolds back. Please understand this post is to give a little bit of closure, to give thanks to all involved, and to let you all know she is safe and being taken care of. No other questions will be answered at this time. And she is back home in Alvin, Texas with her family. So, thoughts?
That is just a needle in a haystack. They found a needle in a haystack because this lady did not want to be found.
Right. She was paranoid and thinking in her
Mhm.
mind that there were people after her. So
Mhm.
we're going to pull up a picture now of her. This was a reunion picture between her and her brother. So this is her and her brother a few months ago. And then the next picture we're going to see is just a couple of days ago. As you can see, this just goes to show you if someone really wants to change their appearance, they can. And it's not like she had money because we know she didn't have money or credit cards or anything like that.
Right.
Changed her appearance here, but she was living amongst the homeless people and parents. And I know when we initially saw the first video footage of her there when she was walking down the street that day, they pulled that up. She had on these little slip-on sandal type things. So whether she lost those and she didn't have her shoes on anymore, which is kind of what I'm thinking happened, or thought she needed better shoes, but just a random citizen bypasser on the street noticed that she needed shoes and gave her. And the next picture we'll show is a picture of the shoes that this just this stranger gave her, and they're
Oops.
hot pink. I know in that photo it kind of looks more, they look more red, but they were hot pink Nike shoes, and
Mhm.
those shoes actually are what saved her. What
Right.
happened was is the lady gave them to her, and then after she left, hours later, I guess she was thinking about it, and maybe she'd seen a poster, which is most likely what happened, and she thought, you know what, she kind of has a resemblance. I wonder if this is her. So she called the police department in Alvin, and they and gave them the information, and they called state police in Louisiana and gave them the area and all that where she had seen her and given her the shoes. They went out there, and lo and behold, they found her by these shoes.
Right.
So somebody being a good Samaritan, a person being sympathetic and loving towards someone else, knowing that they needed shoes, and then realizing, hey, I think this might have been that woman. I just can't even believe it was a miracle.
Yeah. The only way that God was watching after her, because again, like I said, this woman in her mind thought that there were these people after her, and that
Right,
just goes. I mean, I from what I understand, like paranoid schizophrenia, for whatever reason, she believed what she was doing was right, and you can't fault her for that. I
right,
mean, she honestly believed what she was doing was correct, and she did not want to be found. And I kind of wonder if that picture of her in her jacket, when we thought her hair was in her jacket, if maybe that was the first stages of her
right.
cutting her hair.
Yes, I think that's probably so. I think she probably already had cut her hair a little bit, and you could kind of tell she even looked a little different in that photo than she did in the other photos. But the other thing too is we want to say is we know she was paranoid, but we don't know that it's schizophrenia.
Right.
Clear. You can have psychotic episodes with paranoia and it not be. So we
Right.
don't want to put that out there. We
No,
don't
no, no,
know
no,
anything. We don't know anything.
no.
We just know what we were told. Um, but
It is not,
yeah,
she did not hide money. She did not go to New Orleans to meet someone. This
no.
was not a planned situation. This
Uh-uh.
was not her trying to deceive her family in any way, shape, or form.
No.
She thought they were in danger, and so she left to protect them
right. This was definitely a mental health issue,
Exactly.
and, I just, I'm so glad to hear that she's back with her family and with her doctors, and hopefully they can get her on the right meds and get her back on the right track and, um, you know, to where she needs to be. Um, but we're just so, so happy and thankful that she was found.
And I think sometimes people on the internet forget there are 2 small children living in her home.
Right, exactly.
They don't I mean, 1, they don't need to hear that their mom ran off to New Orleans to be with somebody else
Right,
and that
exactly.
they left them for whatever
Right.
reason. 2,
Exactly.
mental health in the United States is still looked down upon. It's not as open and talked about as it should be. It's getting
Right.
better,
Uh-huh.
that's for sure, but children, young children especially, could still be very harsh and very mean. And so, these children need to be protected as well. And so, as adults, we look at it and go, this poor lady needs help. Let's get her help. This family's doing all that they can, blah, 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 blah. But as these children go back to school, hopefully their classmates will give them compassion and not be rude or hateful.
Right. Yeah, hopefully not. I mean, on
It is getting better though in
it yeah, on
society.
a yeah, you just never know what kids are gonna
Mhm.
do. And I mean, to be honest with you, there needs to be open dialogue and um talks about mental health and mental health issues because it's a real major serious thing.
Right.
And so but yeah, we're just really glad. And if you were following the story, you would have known that,
Mhm.
there weren't any they never found any computer messages or phone messages, or she wasn't, all of that stuff had been thoroughly vetted and cleared. They found nothing to indicate that she was talking to anyone, meeting anyone, had met anyone, none of that kind of stuff. So,
She didn't withdraw any money, she wasn't taking
no,
out credit cards.
nothing. So, anyway, we're just really, really glad it's been found, and we appreciate everyone that's listened and um, donated to the family to try to, because it's very expensive when you're not working and you're searching for your loved ones. And so we appreciate everyone that's donated money to the cause. Um,
EquiSearch, who even went out, I think the first weeks after she was seen in New Orleans, they went out to help search for her, I think,
yes,
with their drones and stuff. That was amazing and just so thankful she's found. And, maybe later on, a year or two from now, after she gets healthy, she may want to talk about her experience and open up and be a, a spokesperson for mental health. You never know what the future has and what God has in store for her. We don't know.
right,
But
exactly,
as of right
exactly.
now, just so very thankful she was found. Still going to pray for her family and her friends that, they get her back to healthy and that
Yes,
everything
yeah,
is okay cuz it's still just because she's found it's going to be a
yeah.
difficult transition and a
That's what
road
I was
to
getting ready
hoe.
to say. Yes, absolutely. Just because she's found doesn't mean that there aren't issues and problems. And
Mhm.
kids are traumatized by this, and so there's lots and lots of stuff. They're in for a long road still,
Yep.
so prayers for that family. But there again, we just want them to know that we're just elated that she was found, and we just wish you nothing but the best and blessings for the future.
Yes.
So, with that said, the next thing we kind of want to talk about before we get off of here, I know this is a shorter episode tonight, but we really felt that it was important to give you the update for her. The other thing is that we're getting ready to go into our holiday season. We have Thanksgiving coming up, and then Christmas and New Year's, and so we just want everyone to know that we aren't necessarily going to do every week Sunday and Friday episodes. Our Tuesday episodes we put on hold until after the first of the year because we know that it's hard for people to get on and listen to us 3 times a week right now, especially with everything going on with the holidays. So Tuesday nights are on hold until after the first of the year, and we'll come back with something fabulous. But also, just know we will have 2 episodes coming out every week, but it might not always be Sundays and Fridays because of the holidays. And so we're going to have some special episodes. We've got some really fun stuff, and we don't want you to miss it. So just go on our Facebook, Mayhem Mamas, go on our Twitter, Mayhem Mamas, and we'll keep you updated on there and reminders for you of when our shows are going to be coming up and all of that. So um, go on there
Yeah.
and be
Tuesday
friends
we
with
have
us,
that
follow us.
special episode. Tuesday we'll have a quick short video this Tuesday on voting, where it came from, how it started, how they used to do it. Make sure Tuesday you do get out and vote. It's important. Um, I noticed, oh, there was a business and I can't think of who it was now. They're opening at noon and allowing their employees to vote. And it was
Yes.
like Gap or one of the department stores are
Right.
they're
I
gonna
saw
open
that
at
as
noon.
well. And I can't remember who that was. But yeah, they're because I mean, by law, you're required, if you're working a shift that enables you not to vote, your employer is supposed to be allow you to go do that.
Yeah,
Now,
I think
not everybody always does, but
mhm.
um, yeah, I remember that almost I was thinking it was Chick-fil-A
I don't
that was
remember.
not going to open until
I thought it
noon.
was a department store. I felt like it was a department store.
Maybe it was. I don't know. I read maybe there's more than one.
Yeah, maybe.
So, but anyway, yeah, catch that episode, and we'll tell you some helpful things, maybe some things that you didn't know before on the history of voting and why you should vote.
And it's not a
Uh,
political episode, it's
no,
just
no.
fun facts.
Yeah,
And,
we aren't doing political things. We're not
nope,
telling you who to vote
nope.
for. Nope, that's not what it's about. It's just a reminder that it is your civic duty and your right. So,
And if you are going anywhere Tuesday, make sure they're open, I guess, because places are closing early or
yeah,
late or whatever to let
opening
people
late,
vote.
closing early. Yeah, exactly, exactly. So let's all go vote. But thank you
Yeah.
again for joining us for this update. Again, prayers still for the Townsends and the Reynolds family, and we hope to see you back here next time for the voting episode. And have a good rest of your weekend.
Bye.